and Blodgett protects them from the wickedness of the universities. But it secrets friendly girls, young men who sing, and one lady instructress who really likes Milton and Carlyle. So the 4 years which Carol spent at Blodgett were not altogether wasted. The smallness of the school, the fewness of rivals, permitted her to experiment with her perilous versatility. She played tennis, gave chafing dish parties, took a graduate seminar in the drama, went to-zing, and joined half a dozen societies for the practice of the arts, or the tense stalking of a thing called general culture. In her class there were 2 or 3 prettier girls, but none more eager. She was noticeable, equally in the classroom grind and at dances, though out of the 300 students of Blodgett, scores recited more accurately and dozens Bostoned more smoothly. Every cell of her body was alive: thin wrists, quince blossom skin, ingenue eyes, black hair. The other girls in her dormitory marveled at the slightness of her body when they saw her in sheer negligee, or darting out wet from a shower bath. She seemed then but half as large as they had supposed, a fragile child who must be cloaked with understanding kindness. Psychic, the girls whispered, and spiritual. Yet so radioactive were her nerves, so adventurous her trust in rather vaguely conceived sweetness and light, that she was more energetic than any of the hulking young women who, with calves bulging in heavy-ribbed woolen stockings beneath decorous blue serge bloomers, thuddingly galloped across the floor of the gym in practice for the Blodgett ladies' basket-ball team. Even when she was tired, her dark eyes were observant. She did not yet know the immense ability of the world to be casually cruel and proudly dull. But if she should ever learn those dismaying powers, her eyes would never become sullen or heavy or rheumily amorous. For all her enthusiasms, for all the fondness and the crushes which she inspired, Carol's acquaintances were shy of her. When she was most ardently singing hymns or planning deviltry, she yet seemed gently aloof and critical. She was credulous, perhaps, a born hero-worshipper, yet she did question and examine unceasingly. Whatever she might become, she would never be static. Her versatility ensnared her. By turns, she hoped to discover that she had an unusual voice, a talent for the piano, the ability to act, to write, to manage organizations. Always she was disappointed, but always she effervesced anew. Over the student volunteers, who intended to become missionaries, over painting scenery for the dramatic club, over soliciting advertisements for the college magazine. She was on the peak that Sunday afternoon when she played in chapel. Out of the dusk her violin took up the organ theme, and the candlelight revealed her in a straight golden frock, her arm arched to the bow, her lips serious. Every man fell in love then with religion and Carol. Throughout senior year she anxiously related all her experiments and partial successes to a career. Daily, on the library steps or in the hall of the main building, the co-eds talked of, "What shall we do when we finish college?" Even the girls who knew that they were going to be married pretended to be considering important business positions. Even they who knew that they would have to work hinted about fabulous suitors. As for Carol, she was an orphan. Her only near relative was a vanilla-flavored sister married to an optician in St. Paul. She had used most of the money from her father's estate. She was not in love, that is, not often, nor ever long at a time. She would earn her living. But how she was to earn it, how she was to conquer the world, almost entirely for the world's own good, she did not see. Most of the girls who were not betrothed meant to be teachers. Of these there were 2 sorts. Careless young women who admitted that they intended to leave the beastly classroom and grubby children the minute they had a chance to marry, and studious, sometimes bulbous-browed and pop-eyed maidens who at class prayer meetings requested God to guide their feet along the paths of greatest usefulness. Neither sort tempted Carol. The former seemed insufficient.